Yep.
User left your channel.
Back in 1 minute.
RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air.
What does he do?
Sam, it says you disconnected, bud.
Yeah, no, it was just.
RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. Troy Trapasso up in the booth tonight, joined by Mr. Mark the Boss Vega and Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for IT, temp to hire positions for IT professionals. Just go to RobertsTechJobs.com if you are in the Midwest or greater Midwest area and find out what they've got available. Talk to Bill, tell him that the ISL sent you. We are also brought to you tonight by Hanover Fist Racing. Terry Adams, thank you for all that you do for the league, all the practice sessions and coaching sessions that you put up throughout the week. Same goes for the DHL Express and David Llewellyn. Again, thank you for the exact same things that we just thanked Terry for. Convergent Composites is proud to be a sponsor of the ISL. And for that matter, so is Motorsports Graphic Design for all your in-game graphical needs. Just talk to Tyler, tell him what you're looking for, and he'll get you hooked up. So practice underway right now, about 5 minutes left in this hot lap session. And we are at
the setup actually feels good.
Yeah, this setup is probably one of the better setups that I've seen for a track like this. Got some bad news for the rest of the competition, though. Chris the Punisher Parkman currently going quick time with a 39.199. Holy Christmas, that's moving. Yeah, and this is only practice.
Yeah, he's my pick for tonight's race. He's been strong all season long, and I'm looking for big things from Mr. Parkman.
Well, with that being said, it's also hard to count out Gary Front Row Bauer. Currently sits third quick. 39.230 for that one. Gary's always strong when we come to the plate tracks. And for that matter, so is Jay Anderson. If memory serves correct, Jay won the season opener this season at Daytona. Currently sitting 39.423 is his quick lap. So,
wow.
If I'm taking a look here, everybody that's taken time so far has gone sub 40 seconds.
Yeah, those are quick times we've got there tonight, and it's going to be a quick race, no matter which way we look at it. I mean, we're at a plate track. It's going to be full throttle all the way through, like wings to wings. It's going to be some close racing. It's always going to be fast paced around here.
So, a little controversy starting off the night already. There was a driver who was having some issues with, keeping his trap shut as far as arguing with race control. Decided to already argue with race control once tonight. So I'm going to leave this to our head of race control tonight, Mr. Mark the Boss Vega. Said driver is asking to be un-DQ'd so that he can join. I'm going to leave that in your hands, sir. Sam, I do ask that you kind of try to keep an eye on the stream for us, if you would.
I've got it up on my screen now, so it's okay.
Yeah, just I believe you have admin rights in there, so.
Speaking of the stream, I do have a few people watching the stream that I've actually managed to get in. Couple of YouTubers that I'm friends with. One guy called his YouTube channel is called The Badger Show. He's pretty good. He does a lot of gameplays, things like that. And another YouTube channel, you're gonna love her name. Her name is Lady Boobs Views.
No,
She's
seriously?
as well. So yeah, Lady Boobs Views.
Lady Boobs what?
Okay,
Lady Boobs Views.
Lady Boobs Views, welcome.
Yeah.
It is an honor and a pleasure to meet you, miss.
Yeah. These are people that I'm friends with on YouTube, and they've actually managed to tune in for tonight. So welcome, you guys.
Hey Tony.
Yes, sir.
I removed them from server. It's not letting me bring them back in.
I think if you go to the entries list, you should be able to right-click his name and clear penalties that way.
Yeah, I keep saying unknown driver.
Okay. So, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Qualifying, getting ready to get underway here. A couple minutes left in the hot lap session. 1 minute to go or less.
One name I am noticing pretty far down the field in this practice session is Mr. Mike Whitaker. He's down in 19th. Don't know if he's struggling to be with Pax or if he's just not getting his car hooked up, but he's pretty far down there, which is pretty unusual for him.
From what I was able to tell, basically anybody that's currently outside the top 10 has not really gotten a good pull.
Yeah.
So the draft really hasn't been able to be used to their advantage yet, and I do say yet. As we've got about 10 seconds left in practice. Pretty decent strength of field tonight, I'm seeing, guys. 1583.
That's a good strength of field. I mean, we have got some quality drivers in this field tonight, and I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be some close, full-action racing.
Oh, absolutely.
I did some practice laps on this track, and you can suck up pretty well with this car.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the same setup we used during the recruitment races in the preseason.
I believe so.
Yeah, and it was very strong then. So, and that was while we were trying to recruit drivers at the time. And now with the people that we have got in the league racing full on for points this time round, it should be a lot more exciting than that the first time we went around here.
Absolutely. And it looks like we've got one driver that no longer wants to. Looks like we got one driver that no longer wants to be a member of this league. And all three of us know who that driver is. And that driver knows who that driver is. So if he doesn't stop spamming my TeamSpeak message box, I can make that happen. So qualifying currently underway here. Few cars already starting to roll as far as telemetry is telling me.
Tony, I'll be right back. I hear there's issues in TeamSpeak up top.
It's the person whom we were just speaking about.
Yes, sir.
And you can inform him of what I just said on the screen. Isaiah Dupree is really starting to get very impressive, Sam. Currently sitting quick time at a 4:0.171. Kevin Paskowich 4:0172. Doesn't get much closer than that as far as provisional pole and outside front row.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's extremely close up there. Alex Green going to the point now. What a time!
Alex Green, this is one of his tracks. If Alex was ever going to have his quote breakthrough, like Isaiah had the other night, Talladega is probably going to be the place.
Definitely.
You know, Alex is one of those drivers that, and he's not kidding when he says he could probably see the air. Cody Eldred going up quick time. Bob Lacavara. Good grief, Bob. Leave some on the table.
Alex going back to the
Alex
point
goes
again.
exactly.
Oh my goodness me! This is going to be an exciting
David Llewellyn,
race.
our first sub 40 in qualifying.
Jay Anderson up there in the sub 40s as well.
And David Llewellyn comes right back.
Another thing I'm noticing now, the fastest person in practice is quite far down there in the field so far, but don't count him out just yet.
Well, you got to remember, these cars get faster. It's as strange as this sounds, this car actually does drive like a plate car here. So you got to know.
And there we go.
There he goes, second quick. And that's only lap 2 or 3, I believe, for him.
Yeah.
The one that I find shocking is currently sitting in 21st.
Wow, Bauer.
I'm thinking something might have gone horribly wrong with Gary's qualifying run.
Yeah. One thing, getting a good qualifying lap, but there's always the challenge of transferring it into race pace, and that's always going to be the difficult part when it comes to these fast tracks.
Well, here's the thing. You know, Gary Bauer, this is one of his tracks. David Wright, this is one of his tracks. You know, those two starting back where they are, don't expect to see them outside of the top 10 for very long. Case in point, Gary Bauer. Thank you.
Great.
Good grief.
How must David Llewellyn be feeling right now, having that pole position snatched away from him like that?
With 3 seconds to go on the clock, David Wright jumps up to 6th quick. Gary Bauer goes quick. Good grief.
User joined your channel.
That's just all sorts of fun right there. And also the reason why I'm in the booth this season, because I know for a fact there's no way my blood pressure could handle putting up with that sort of stuff. So Gary Bauer, unofficial track record 39.898 goes P1. David Llewellyn sits outside the front row. Chris Parkman and Ray Zirkett make up row number 2. Jay Anderson and David Wright make up row number 3. Row 4 is going to be Chris Farmer and Matt Belton. Isaiah Dupree and Greg Napier make up row number 5. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, sorry. Row number 6 is going to be occupied by Chris Hamilton and Kevin Paskowicz. Row number 7 is going to be occupied by Tyler Graff and Jay McClendon. Row number 7 is going to be Forrest Sparks and Alex Green. Row number 8 is going to be Bob Lacavara and Colin Scott. And on row number 10 will be Richard Sudduth and Cody Eldred.
John Napier and Quentin Young going to make up John Antonucci and John Napier are going to make up row number 11. Row 12 is going to be Quentin Young and Mike Whitaker. Justin Estes and Jack Healy. First time I've seen Jack's name running with us, guys. Somebody we might want to keep an eye on there. Haven't seen too much from him, so that's going to be row number 13, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, bringing up the rear is Mr. Terry Adams.
Starting shotgun on the field is what it's called, Sam.
Yeah, we say it differently over here.
Yeah, we call it shotgun on the field. Quentin Young, Mike Whitaker, Justin Estes, Jack Healy, and Terry Adams all not taking time, electing to start at the tail of the field. The field starts to roll off here.
Still rolling away on their pace lap. who are you looking at this during this race, Tony?
Well, the thing is, it's kind of hard to really count out, Gary Bauer, especially at a track like this.
Yeah.
Real difficult to count out Gary. David Llewellyn's always strong here. Chris Parkman, always strong here. Jay Anderson won the last restrictor plate track we were at, starting in the Budweiser 18 there. Team Boozwagon has a Parkman in between them tonight. So basically, the first 3 rows of the inside line, that's my pick for tonight. That's my podium.
Yeah, Christopher Hartman, because of how strong he's been all season, he's going to be my pick. But I'm also going to be looking at people like, I don't know, Alex Green, as you mentioned, Gregory Napier sitting back there in the back of the top 10. He's been strong all season too, so he could be in with a shout too. So it's very unpredictable as to who can actually come forward and actually claim the race win tonight.
Yeah, Greg's been one of those silent drivers that you kind of wait around to the end of the race and go, where the heck did Greg come from? Pace car's in. Gary's got control of the field as they come through the tri-oval. And we pick up the pace. Bauer gets a hell of a jump. David Llewellyn goes with him. Is able to sneak down in front of Chris Parkman.
And we have a record
All right, man.
already.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Oh, goodness.
And it's the rookie Jack Healy taking out Terry Adams, it looks like. Let's go to the replay and see what happened there. So far, so good.
I'm looking
Oh,
at
there it is. There's the checkup. They checked up in front of him.
Yeah, Quentin Young's having a big check-up, and Jack Healy basically had nowhere to go.
Well, Quentin had to stay off of, it looked like Bill Roberts, I believe, was in front of him. No, that was John Napier in the 99 he was trying to stay off of. So Young had to stay off of Napier, and Healy just stepped on his dick. That's about the only way I can describe it.
Oh yeah, I'll if that was correct analogy, I'll agree with that one too. But yeah, there was nothing Jack Healy could do at that point. It was just a passenger on for the ride as well as Terry. Nothing he could do.
Yeah, well, there was some stuff he could do because there is, there's at least 2 pedals in the car.
Yeah, true.
One, if you take your foot off it, the car slows down. And the other one, if you put your foot on it, the car slows down even quicker. So
Yeah,
that's going to come back to a driver just flat out not knowing what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is why we thank Hanover Fist Racing and Terry Adams for putting up all the practice races that you do all week long and all season long. This league would be a shell of itself without you, Terry. So thank you for all that you do. It's a damn shame, though, you got to tow the car back to the pits right now.
Yeah, he got a hard hit from that. Glad he was actually able to make it back to pit road, even if it was through towing, because that was.
I believe the phrase we're looking for, Sam, is "Thank goodness this is a simulation."
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. So yeah, it's been an interesting start so far. I know we're only a couple of laps in, but everybody got off to a clean start up until that point.
And that was at the very, very tail of the field too. So
yeah. One thing I did notice in the midfield though, everyone really spread out during the first few corners. I don't know if that was because of the checkup or what, but everyone seemed to. It was like half of the field like parted like the Red Sea. So It was a good start, but a strange one at the same time.
Well, in the practice races that we've had, they've been doing that too, and it's basically everybody's trying to hide on the restarts.
Yeah.
You're trying to make sure that you don't run over the car in front of you, you don't get run over by the car behind you, and you stay off the car to your side. So everybody's, on the restarts, and it like I said, it's one thing I've noticed on all the practice races that we've done here, is everybody is just looking for a place to hide.
Yeah, but at Talladega, as we all know, there is no place to hide. Unless you're on the backstretch, and then you got that whole infield area to hide. But that's not going to be a good place to be if you want to try and win a race.
No, definitely not.
That's just my British analysis of it all, anyway.
Oh yeah. No, I'm right there with you, Sam. I complete agreement. It just, I hate to see races start this way because it really sets a bad precedent.
Yeah. That people struggle to understand that Talladega is a monster of a track, and if you make one slight mistake, then I'm afraid it's curtains for you, my friend, because you are going to be somewhere over the catch fence, because this is all speed and no recovery. So it's either balls to the wall or get the hell out.
Yeah, pretty much.
User joined your channel.
And welcome back, Mark Vega.
Sorry, I had to do some replaying there. There was 3 wide, a bunch of them, and I was trying to explain to them, and everybody was talking, so I couldn't hear.
Ah, okay. Well, we were just talking about the Jack Healy incident that took out Terry Adams. Looks like Justin Estes, Quentin Young, Bob Lacavara all caught up in that mess. So
Yeah, it looked like Jack Healy had nowhere to go with the checkups in front of him.
well, he had plenty of time to roll off the throttle. He just chose not to. So if you want to go ahead and EOL Mr. Healy, that would be marvelous. And I didn't hear him call blame on that one. So
Yep.
I
It was
believe.
actually Quentin Young that claimed it when it happened. So
Yeah, I'm
so.
not gonna say it was Quentin's fault because Quentin did everything he could to stay off of John Napier.
Yeah.
And got run over from behind. So that's not on Quentin. That's on the car that actually did the damage.
Yeah, Quentin, who was spectacularly undone at Watkins Glen on Sunday, still trying to find his rhythm again after what happened to him, but I'm sure he'll get it back as soon as we go under some long green flag runs.
Well, lights are out on the pace car. Gary Bauer, David Llewellyn, Chris Parkman, Jay Anderson, Ray Zirkit, Chris Farmer, David Wright, Isaiah Dupree, Matt Bell, and Tyler Graff rounding out your top 10. And I can tell you right now, this 80 miles an hour feels like a crawl in these cars.
Well, I'm just focused on David right now, and his pacing lap is 2 minutes exactly.
Right.
It is killer. I mean, you thought the pacing laps around Watkins Glen on Sunday were bad. These are worse.
No, they're about the same.
Yeah.
Fields coming through.
The fastest pacing lap.
Yeah, funny. Pace car getting ready to duck on off. Field is in Gary Bauer's hands. He gets to turn him loose whenever he wants to. All eyes are on the Tequila Patron car, and he drops the hammer. 5, 6, 7 car lengths right now over Chris the Punisher Parkman. That's probably going to come back to bite Bauer in the butt. Because Parkman right now, Parkman's in his toe, and Katie barred the door.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've got Jay Anderson holding station behind David Llewellyn there. We've got Ray Zerka. Is that on the outside there?
That is. Ray Zerkett with no help, running side by side with Chris Farmer.
Finally decides to duck down right in front of David Wright, but I think the damage has already been done by him trying to go to the outside. But speaking of that, David Wright himself goes to the outside as well, but he has no help either. So he's going to be leaving himself stranded. Well, it's going to be open season for whoever's behind him if he doesn't get any help soon. Well,
right now, up front, Parkman is pushing the daylights out of Bauer. Parkman knows how to use the air here, and he's just sucking up right behind Gary. Going to try to conserve some fuel, going to try to push Gary, get some distance between himself and David Llewellyn, who is closing in. Llewellyn's got Anderson and Farmer pushing, and they're starting to reel in the leaders. Two cars are faster than one, but 3 cars are faster than 2 usually.
Yeah, and it's proven that with the fact that Ray Zerkett and David Wright are starting to drop away from those 3 now. And this is what I said while we were pacing a minute ago. The field is more or less spread out to a nice even line now, and it's going to make for some interesting drafting while we're around. Looking back to the midfield now, we can see a nice big long line of cars to throw a blanket over them, as you say. But they're all spread out. It's like long line of cars, gap, long line of cars, gap. They're all like spread out in one nice neat line, which is interesting to see so far.
Well, we're less likely to see somebody step on their own dick again when they're like this. So, right now, Chris Parkman's just riding and getting towed by Gary Bauer. There you see Llewellyn, Anderson, and Farmer. They are two tenths back, almost 3 tenths back off the lead group. Getting Ray Zerkett and David Wright sucked up into them, so that's going to be a 5-car draft. David Wright having to breathe the car, he's saying.
Yeah, that's the problem around these plate tracks. If you suck up too long behind the other car's gearbox, you're going to find your car getting very hot, and you need to back off or take a wider line going for those corners. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself with a blown engine, and your race will be over. Absolutely, and the thing is too with David, he's run enough tin tops here to know that it's a little too early to be pushing real hard right now. So he's just kind of riding behind Ray and just biding his time. And as we saw on Sunday at Watkins Glen, David Wright is very capable of biding his time to pushing his way to the front. Well, the thing is, he wears you out, is what he does. He runs consistent lap after consistent lap after consistent lap, and he will just flat wear you out. You're seeing him in your mirror, and he does something, and you're like, well, why do you do that? And the next thing you know, you just crashed yourself. Yeah. Bauer, Parkman, Llewellyn, Anderson, Farmer, Zerkett, Wright, Dupree, Graff, and Belton, your top 10. Finding it interesting that David Wright and Isaiah Dupree are finding themselves on the same piece of real estate again, like they were on Sunday. These guys can't seem to be separated right now. And don't count out Tyler Graff in that Monster Energy car. Oh no. Yeah, Tyler Graff, who unfortunately I think he missed Sunday's race due to illness. He did. It's good to see him. His doctor said he was pounding him full of fluids for the last couple of days. So, good to see him back. The thing is, once you get to Tyler Graff, it's almost another
full second back to 10th place Matt Belton.
Yeah, and the further back you go, the more intense the battles seem to be because everybody just wants to push forward. But this track may be a fast track, but it's very hard to overtake here.
And the thing is, too, we're getting close to when normal green flag stops would happen. Sam, I would like to point out, fast lap of the race so far, 39.170. David the Dominator Wright. Fast lap of the race so far.
Just as we predicted, but he is in the middle of that huge pack at the front, so he's going to be getting all that draft from the 6 cars in front of him, so that will give him some extra boost.
True. And it looks like Ray Zerkut and David are kind of flirting with that top line, maybe trying to get a little rubber built up out there in the corners.
Yeah, Chris the Punisher Partman trying to make a move as well. He's having a look on that outside, making sure, see if he can get a move, see if he can try and get David Llewellyn to go with him, but so far he's not had a taker yet.
I think the next time we talk to Alex Green, we got to talk to him about getting more comfortable chairs up here in the booth. I'm already starting to suffer from posterior comatosis.
Or a non-gluteus maximus. Might say it.
Okay, whatever you just said.
You know what us British and our Latin is like.
Sure, okay.
Okay, a numb backside, there we go. Noticing the top 8 there, they're starting to gap out a bit between Chris Farmer and Ray Zerkut. But just as I say that, Ray Zerkut gets another pull on Chris Farmer and he's starting to make his way back again. Oh, Chris Farmer flirting with the apron.
Farmer's been flirting with the apron most of the night.
Yeah, at least he's got to take that apron out for a meal first, at least.
Now, Sam, I got a question. I've been doing the race control and looking at replays here. How many laps of fuel you think they could run? About 19, correct? 18, 19?
18 if it's all green.
Yeah, that's about right, yeah. They're on.
But we did have 4 laps of caution.
So I reckon lap 20, 23, 24, they should be making some green flag pit stops.
I'm thinking closer to 21 because I don't think these guys are going to want to run out.
Oh yeah, it's just 18 laps plus another 4 onto it, so yeah, lap 21, 22.
Yeah, because I did a complete fuel run in practice session, and 19, it ran completely out of fuel, and my spotter didn't even tell me. I was just figuring about that range there, so we should be close.
Yeah, and that should spread the field out quite nicely when those green flag pit stops come around.
If by spread out you mean somebody's going to get overzealous, step on their own junk, and spin their car out to bring out a caution and catch people laps down, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
That's provided that these drivers, as explained in the pre-race drivers meeting, actually follow the rules of entering the pit road on green flags, because someone makes that wrong move, they're going to find themselves in a whole world of trouble.
And they are already calling out pits.
Partman ducking down. He's ducked down to it too late, I think.
Oh, he got black flagged. I know he did. He hit the cone.
Yep.
That was a late call from Chris Partman. David Llewellyn calling out for the pits. Johnny Antonucci calling out for pits. Sounds like a lot of people are going to be heading down to that pit road on this lap. Farmer ducking down to the apron for pit road.
Farmer ducking down hella early on that one.
Oh, everybody's ducking down. The leaders are ducking down.
Isaiah Dupree, the only one taking the gamble.
Will it pay off, though? That's the question.
Good question. Oh!
Oh, 3 wide and pits.
And that would be on Tyler Graff for putting the squeeze. Why did Tyler Graff squeeze David Llewellyn down?
I'm checking this replay right now.
Please do, sir.
Isaiah Dupree coming in on this lap, so let's see if that gamble actually pays off.
I don't know, because he's not going to have any drafting help unless somebody gets black flag badly. Cody Eldred goes zipping by.
Isaiah Dupree on pit road right now. Leaving pit road now. Will he make it out in front of the pack? That's the question.
Well, he can get out in front of the pack. He's not going to make it to the merge line on the back straightaway before then, though. As Bauer goes zipping by, Graff goes flying by, Farmer goes flying by, Wright goes flying by.
Ray Zirkett as well. Looks like Greg Napier's gonna take that position as well.
And Bob Lacavara
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
spun John Napier in pits.
And we've got a spinner on the back straight.
Looks like Jack Healy got caught up in something.
He's retired from the race as well, so
Probably a good idea considering that it was his second caution. He was going to get parked regardless.
Yes, he was.
he has put it behind the wall regardless, so there is no need for further punishment, I'd say.
Well, that's to be decided by race control after in the tomorrow night's meeting, or Thursday night's meeting. So Gary Bauer goes back to the point. Looks like Chris Farmer, Tyler Graff, David Wright, Ray Zirkett, Greg Napier, Isaiah Dupree, Jay Anderson, Richard Suddeth, and defending series champion Cody Eldred are your top 10 right now.
Hartman a lap down. What happened to him?
Got caught speeding and had a black flag.
Oh dear.
Well, he hit the commitment cone, let's put it that way.
That's unfortunate for Mr. Parkman. He was having a strong start to the race as well. But
Wow.
John's
I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
was just watching a replay of Jack Healy.
Do I even want to ask the obligatory question at this point?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to zoom in here, see who he took out. Wow.
So it looks like John Napier is going to get the lucky dog under this caution.
He took Chris Parkman out.
Oh, goody. Well then, if you could just make a note, sir, and so we have something to go by during the meeting on Thursday, that would be awesome. Would like to remind everybody this broadcast is being brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for temp to hire IT professional positions. Just go to RobertsTechJobs.com to see what positions they have available. Let Bob know that the ISL sent you.
And during this caution period, I'm going to ask the those that are watching the stream, get some questions in. Ask the guys up in the booth. See what basically, if you can come up with a question, just ask away, and we can answer them the best we can. Let's throw a bit of fun into this, shall we?
Absolutely, absolutely. And everybody watching on the stream, welcome. If this is your first time, we are the Indy Speedway League. Currently in our second season with the car that's out on the track right now, the IR05, or as iRacing designates it, the Dallara 2011. We run basically 1 mile and longer ovals. Our one regular season road course was last week at Watkins Glen, which I might add was just completely dominated by Quentin Young, who just stunk the show up by leading 54 of 60 laps. Just a dominating performance there. Gary Bauer has been known to stink up the show here at the plate tracks. One of our strongest super speedway drivers in the league.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, when we came to Talladega here last season, he was very strong here as well. So there's no surprise he's up there again during this time round.
And Sam, I'd like to point out who's currently sitting in the number 4 slot.
Yep. David Wright. I knew he'd be biding his time and getting back up there as soon as he can.
Absolutely. And his pit crew had the shortest pit stop of anybody that took 4 and fuel. 6.6 seconds. That's when you know the driver is a machine, just hitting their marks every time.
Credit to the pit crew as well, for getting those tires and fuel in on time as well.
Very much so.
Right.
Still looking for confirmation from race control as to what the hell happened with David Llewellyn and Tyler Graff.
Tyler Graff is sitting in 3rd right now, so he seems to be unaffected by the incident, but David Llewellyn has dropped down to 19th from that incident. So,
well, Tyler somehow got on the outside of David as they came into the pits, and Jay Anderson was already there. So David was following Jay, and Tyler I don't know what the hell happened. All I know is I look up
All right, man.
and...
Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going
flag
green.
is out again.
All I know is I saw David go airborne and Tyler was on his outside, wondering how the hell did he get there?
User left your channel.
The way he went up to those onto his 2 wheels in the pit road, it was very Schumacher-esque. Do you remember back that far?
I do, but the problem was there was at least one car in that melee that shouldn't have been that far forward.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they came onto pit road. It was, Gary, Chris, or Gary, David, Jay, Tyler, and Chris.
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of got me wondering, how did Tyler get that far forward?
Makes me wonder if he took tires. Maybe he didn't.
No. This was coming into the pits, Sam.
Oh yeah.
User joined your channel.
All right, I'm back, guys.
Welcome back, sir.
It's a complete mystery to me. I don't know how Tyler managed to get that far forward.
And not get a black flag.
What was Tyler doing now? I was watching some other replay.
When Gary and crew came down to get their green flag pit stops, Tyler somehow squeezed David Llewellyn into Jay Anderson, kind of Michael Schumacher'd him.
Well, I didn't black flag him because I was going to have a discussion with the committee because...
Fair enough.
David was high, but there was also a car on the inside of David.
That was Jay Anderson.
Yeah. When they all supposed to be on the outside line. Also, I just want to bring up, we have to look at 5 and the 99 accident in pit road. I'm bringing it on the stream so we can remember. 5 was in the inside line and spun to 99. So penalties got to be dished out.
Yeah, Bob came forward and claimed that, so maybe.
Yeah, he
all right.
it, so.
I've got it in my notes. Gary Bauer and Chris Farmer sitting on the front row. Tyler Graff and David Wright, row number 2. This is really where David is most dangerous, is when he can see the leader. And, I expect, David to make some magic happen here on this restart.
And one thing I want to point out, Johnny Antonucci recording his first DNF of the season. He's actually manually disconnected.
That's something you don't see often.
Not at all.
Hey guys, can I throw a shout out real quick?
Go ahead. We're getting ready to go back to green, so hurry.
Yeah, I just like to say hello to Kenya Savoy.
Very
Shut
nice
up, Sam.
name.
Yeah, shut up, Sam.
Don't put your foot in your mouth, Sam.
I won't.
No, I'll put mine in your mouth.
Green flag getting ready to come back out. Gary Bauer dropping the hammer.
Green flag, green flag.
Just snookered everybody.
Farmer able to hold on to that second place. Tyler Graff is under increasing pressure from Mr. Wright now. Oh, Gary Bauer getting it all wrong out of the turn. He's lost a ton of positions now.
I'm thinking Gary did that on purpose.
Oh.
And the reason Gary did that on purpose is fuel mileage.
Yeah, he's been known to do that. He did that in Daytona earlier in the season. He led for a few laps and then dropped back after taking a pit stop.
Because you burn way more fuel punching the hole in the air than you do following.
That's true. Now we've got Chris Farmer at the front of the field with Tyler and David Wright up to third place. Once again, everybody all in a nice neat line and spread out again.
But your top 6, top 7 are actually starting to gap 9th place.
Wood Jay Anderson making a move on the outside of Isaiah Dupree. Looks like he's making it work as well.
Wait, take a look at the front of the field. Tyler Graff has Gary Bauer with him on the outside. Trying to get some rubber laid up there on the generally what's called the Q line.
Seems to be working so far though, but the line are stern with each other, so it could turn out to be an interesting move there.
Well, they're hanging door to door so far. And Tyler doesn't want to do that too often because Gary will shoot that gap anytime if he gets a chance to.
They're shuffling back in the middle of that pack as well. Quentin Young almost getting into the back of Forrest Sparks and nearly spinning it through that corner, then managed to save it okay.
Well, we're currently riding up front where you got Chris Farmer and David Wright showing the way. Tyler Graff not able to hold a decent line, trying to get down in between Wright and Zerkit, but you got the teammates on the outside right now with Bauer and Anderson.
People now electing for that outside line. We've got Gary Bauer, Jay Anderson, Bill Roberts, and Isaiah Dupree all on the outside line now.
That's not Bill Roberts, that's Richard Suddeth.
Correction, Richard Suddeth on the outside line. Tyler Graff nearly pushing Jay Anderson to the wall.
Tyler Graff is not able to hold his line whatsoever. I'm thinking he might be having technical issues on the server side.
Yeah, they're bumping.
They ain't bumping. Holy Christmas, Farmer's blinking badly. Oh, Graff's on the apron.
Saved it though, that's a good save there from Tyler.
And it's pandemonium behind the leaders.
I think there's a bit of impatience starting to creep in there. People are getting sick of being stuck behind the person in front of them. Now they want to make their moves, but They don't want to let impatience get the better of them, otherwise that could end up in a caution.
Well, I almost got to think that the front 9, 10 are actually trying to get some rubber laid down on that high line, so later in the race they can get that high line to work the way they want it to.
One driver scything his way through the pack is Mr. David Llewellyn. Managed to bring it up just outside the top 10. He's flying around there right now.
I would like to point out that last lap was led by Gary Bauer on the outside. .004 was the margin at the line.
Wow, that's a close time. Close margin anyway.
You know, it's very impressive on how Gary's running. He doesn't really have someone right on his back of the car. I'm always using the 10 tops, and he's hanging with the leaders.
That's okay, Mark. We won't hold it against you.
Remember, that's his teammate right behind him, though. So he's got a very safe bit of support there right behind him.
Oh no!
Oh! I just did the announcer on him.
David Wright just
Caution is out.
tickled the apron. The car just shot up the track.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Johnny Antonucci's back onto the server, I believe. He's back out on track again. Check that. No, he's not out on track, but he's back in the server. Anyway, back to current events.
Isaiah Dupree caught up in that one. Cody Eldred getting caught up in that one. Let's see
From
who
my
else.
view, it looking like it was netcode.
Well, watch it from Jay's point of view, and what you'll see is I'm on the TV camera with Jay, and there was contact. And as soon as contact happened, that whole transmission tunnel deal took place. So
Looks like Gary Bauer went down on David Wright.
David
Wright was going up a little. No.
It was some from column A, some from column B. It wasn't all one person doing it. It was Gary and Jay who started to come down. There was a half a lane, and it quickly closed up.
Unfortunately, it has to be put on the 42 because he came up.
Well, let's see what happens here as we come down the back straightaway. We're following along here. And yeah, the 42 went above the dashed line. So unfortunately, you hate to see it get put on anyone like that, but it kind of is what it is. So guys are taking their stops again. David Wright getting the quick stop again, 6.3 seconds. That pit crew is definitely going to be earning its money today.
Yeah, the guys that actually wrecked on that lap, making it back to pit road and managing to stay on the lead lap. So
which is always good to see.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yes.
I'm going to leave you in charge of the broadcast momentarily. I will be back. I have to go take care of some business.
No problem. So guys, yeah, we're having an interesting race so far, aren't we, Mark? But yeah, we're having a good race so far. Guys that are watching in the live chat and the stream, let us know how you feel about the race so far. Shoot us some questions. Let us know how you're doing. How's your day going? What are you up to? You having a sangria while you're watching this? I don't know. Having a party? I don't know. Let us know how you're getting on. Are you enjoying the race? What would you like to see come from the league in the future, let us know. Well, we're here to answer your questions as well, both me
User
and Mark.
left your channel.
So yeah. Answer your question, Michael Baker, one of our league members. 3 wide is not allowed in pit road. You're supposed to be on the outside line whilst going into pit road. Before you take your pit box, that's just so to prevent what happened between David and Tyler. Stop collisions like that happening. So once you're on pit road, you have to take the outside line before you go into your pit box. I hope that answers your question, my friend. So we're still on the pace laps. We have Christopher Farmer in the lead right now. Tyler Graff in second, Gary Bauer third, Ray Zirkett fourth, Gregory Napier up to 5th place now. Richard Sudduth in 6th, Jay McClendon in 7th, Forrest Sparks in 8th, David Llewellyn making his way back up to 9th from 19th, which is very impressive for David. Alex Green up to 10th place as well, Matthew Belton in 11th. Kevin Paskowicz in 12th, Bill Roberts is in 13th. Jay Anderson still in 14th after that wreck. He's not been hurt too badly from it. He can make his way back from there. Justin Estes and Michael Whitaker starting together in 15th and 16th. Bob Lacavara 17th. John Napier 18th, back on the lead lap again. Cody Eldred dropping down to 19th after that wreck. Quentin Young in 20th. He was up in the top 10 at one point. Don't know what made him drop back. Christopher Partman back on the lead lap again after his penalty. He's in 21st. Isaiah Dupree still on the lead lap after he wrecked in that last caution. 22nd. David Wright back to 23rd now after serving his EOL penalty. And Hanover Fist, Terry Adams, he's back on the lead lap as well now. He's just had his wave around. The people that are not on the lead lap, Colin Scott, he's still connected. And our current rate of
User
retirees
joined your channel.
are Johnny Antonucci, Jack Healy and Christopher Hamilton. They're all forming up now, going 2 by 2, about to take the green again. Let's see who we have. See how this restart goes. Going to be an interesting restart. Body 2 by 2. We've got, as I've just said, we've got Christopher Farmer at the point.
All right.
Tyler Graff second. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I just posted up in all teams that they need to give room. They can't be pinching. I was watching the replays also. I gave the 42 the penalty, which I don't think he should have after watching it after a while. They're pinching the bottom line. They have 2 lines above them. They shouldn't be pinching. This is not the tin tops. It's a totally different beast.
Oh, absolutely. They can't be pinching people like that. Especially at a track like this with the speeds they're going at. You can't be pinching, otherwise that could end in completely disaster.
Yeah, I feel bad. I was looking at it and I talked to the 42 and apologized to him, but he shouldn't have got the EOL because they were way before that they were pinching him.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for David, but as we know, David's a very fast driver and he can make it back. One driver that's proven that he can make it back is Mr. David Llewellyn. He's up into the top 10 now, and he's fighting his way back to the front again.
Green flag.
Yeah, I even told David Wright, I said, don't worry, you're going to be right back up there in just a couple of laps.
Yeah, we're back under green again. We've got Christopher Farmer getting a good lead at the start. We've got Tyler Graff in second, Gary Bauer back up to 3rd place now. Ray Zirkett in 4th, and Gregory Napier up to 5th place. What a good run that kid's having. Tyler Graff looking on the outside now, going into the final 2 turns. Don't know if he's going to make that stick. Ducked back down to the inside. Not a bad decision at all, considering he had no support going through those corners.
And he had Gary Bauer looking on his inside, so definitely not somebody you want to get to your inside, because Gary will, he'll take the preferred line every time.
Yeah, definitely. Gary is a dangerous driver to be around when he's on a hot one. He will take that position if he wants it. And welcome back, by the way, Tony.
Thank you.
I've got people in the stream telling me that it sounds like I know I got the northern accent. Maybe they were pinching. They were correcting me.
Yeah, Sam, Mark, whenever you say words that, it's kind of like Joe Pesci, we give you a nickel and you say words funny.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Chris Farmer's paint scheme, and I'm kind of happy with how that one came out. I did that one myself, and if you're a Second Amendment fan, you'll probably enjoy that paint scheme. If you're not a Second Amendment fan, you're not gonna like me.
Tony, I was just saying to Mark about how impressed I was with David Llewellyn making his way back up to that top 10 position. Done really well to get back up there in such a short space of time.
Well, this is one of David's tracks, as far as, being able to use the draft to its fullest. David is one of the best.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's got the pace, and he's bringing Forrest Sparks along with him as well. It should be proven to be a good position for him as well. Greg Napier up there in 5th place as well. So we've got some people pushing forward now in this part of the race. Coming out of pit road there.
No, David Wright is in 22nd place, and just a matter of time before he gets up to the front.
Oh, absolutely. And don't be surprised if Cody Eldred and Mike Whitaker go with him. As I would like to remind everybody of our season finale last season in these cars. Mike won the race. Cody finished second and claimed the championship by doing so. Those are two guys that, they'll stalk you. They'll stalk you the whole race, and just next thing you know, you're looking, how did they get up there?
And that was actually the race that made me want to join this league. I was watching that race as a fan at that point, and I
in the back to 3 wide. Sorry, Sam.
It's okay. That was the race that made me want to join this league, because that was edge of your seat racing, and I was literally on the edge of my seat during that race. And as soon as that race finished, I was like, oh my goodness me, how can I join this league? And obviously now I'm part of the league, and I'm very happy to be part of it and racing around these guys that I was watching as a fan a couple of months back, and I'm very proud of that fact.
Well, if you'd like to know how to join the league like Sam did, and if you want to come hang out with the ISL sometime, feel free to look us up on Facebook, IndyCar Speedway League. We'll give you an ad at that point, and we will get you hooked up. Thank you, Sam.
They're going 3 wide in the front pack.
Good grief. It's like a pack of angry dogs. And what were you saying about David Llewellyn, who's currently sitting in 2nd place?
Yeah, he's on he's unstoppable, that guy. I like how these we've got these 2 separate packs now. We've got Chris Farmer and David Llewellyn leading the way on the first pack. We've got Jay Anderson and Ray Zirkut leading the way in the 2nd pack. No, not Ray Zirkut, is it? Second?
No.
No, Matt Belton, sorry. I do apologise.
Yeah, Ray's currently in 5th place overall.
But I don't know. I like the way they've all split up into 2 separate packs, so you've got nice pieces of racing on both sides. Like one pack fighting for the lead, the other pack fighting for that top 10 position. It's very interesting to see.
Yep, always fun. And gentlemen, we are closing in on green flag stops. Currently 13 laps on this this current stint. Chris Farmer continues to show the way. David Llewellyn, Tyler Kraft, Gary Bauer, Ray Zerkett, Jay McClendon, Richard Sudduth, Greg Napier,
Interesting
Forrest
talk
Sparks.
going on in the race chat there.
Helps if I push the right push to talk button, doesn't it?
Yeah, would help.
So Chris Farmer continues to show the way. David Llewellyn, Tyler Kraft, Gary Bauer, Ray Zerkett, Jay McClendon, Richard Sudduth, Greg Napier, Forrest Sparks, and Alex Green into the top 10.
Yeah, and Alex Green running that nice new paint scheme tonight as well, which is very pretty. I almost didn't recognise him without the orange and black on his car. Greg Napier being pushed on the outside there through turn 2. I don't know what caused that.
Am I seeing that right? Blue and white?
Yeah,
Just trying to figure out what the paint scheme is.
I don't know either. I'm too used to seeing him in the Home Depot scheme, so...
Well, he's got stuff on the wings that I can't read. As he just almost annihilates Jay Anderson for the second time tonight.
Yeah, they seem to be in some kind of a battle right now to see who can get that final top 10 position, because they seem to be arguing over the position other than actually working together and working their way up to that front pack and actually challenging for the high positions. It seems a bit strange to me that they're only fighting for 10th place.
Speaking of fights, I would like to point out that David Llewellyn just set the fast lap of the race with a 39.137.
Oh, David Wright will be wanting to get that lap back again. Fastest lap.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
That doesn't sound healthy. Quentin Young going on Mr. Toad's wild ride. Let's see what happens. We're going to have to go back a little further.
Napier caught up in that as well.
Well, they were 3 wide for a second. Quentin just caught the 66, the 99. Good grief.
Who was that that ghosted right through them? Is that Isaiah DeFeo?
I don't know. Hold on and I'll tell you.
Quentin Young.
Yeah, Quentin Young got into John Napier and Justin Estes. Tried to go 3 wide, there wasn't enough room.
This is the thing I was talking about a minute ago. These guys in that second pack of cars all seem to be fighting amongst themselves instead of trying to work together and work their way up to the first pack, and the end result, I'm afraid, from that infighting that was going on with those guys in that pack.
I just don't understand. It's lap 53, and they're pushing like it's the last lap. You know, it's patience, and a lot of the drivers I see are not having it.
Yeah, this is very true. Very true.
and unfortunately, a lot of the other drivers that are just riding are getting involved in it because they want to bring it 3 wide. But
As it stands, we still have 24 cars on the lead lap, though, so that's pretty good going at this part of the race.
Well, we are just past halfway.
Yeah.
And it looks like Terry Adams getting a wave around. So Chris Farmer is going to continue to show the way. Gary Bauer up in a second. David Llewellyn third. Ray Zerkett fourth. Tyler Graff fifth. Jay McClendon sixth. Richard Suddeth seventh. Greg Napier eighth. Forrest Sparks up to ninth. Chris Parkman back into the top 10. Good to see Parkman back up there. Jay Anderson holding down 11th. Alex Green in 12th. Matt Belton, our Kiwi friend. Matt, feel free to yell at me if you're an Aussie. I apologize. I can't tell the difference between the two accents. Sits 13th. Bob Lacavara up into 14th. Cody Eldridge up into 15th. David Wright back into the top 20. Currently sitting in 16th. Bill Roberts, series sponsor, currently sits 17th. You were saying? Would like to remind everybody this broadcast is being brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader for IT temp to hire positions. For more information on what they have available, just go to RobertsTechJobs.com and let Bill know that the ISL sent you. Mike Whitaker holding down an 18th slot. John Napier getting caught up in that mess, but able to come back to 19th in the top 20. Isaiah Dupree currently sits in 20th.
Kevin Paskowicz in 21st.
Bear with me here. Yep. KP is in 21st. Justin Estes 22nd. Colin Scott, 23rd. And that's going to do it for lead lap cars. 23 cars of 28 that started still on the lead lap. So, you know, that in itself is impressive. This late in the race, we're past halfway. You know, we're going to have 42-ish to go when we go back to green. So this late in the race to have 23 cars on the lead lap is quite impressive for this league.
Oh, definitely, yeah. This is one of those races that is showing how strong talent is in this league so far this season. And we're not even halfway through yet.
The more I see of the league and what's going on this season, the more I'm glad to have retired at the end of season 1 and decided to come up into the announce booth.
Yeah, because I think you thought the competitiveness of the first season was high. These guys this season have pushed the bar even higher. So the stress levels are going to be up there with that too, and it's going to create a lot of competitiveness this season. I can see a lot of battles, a lot of upset drivers, but it's all part of the fun. It's all part of the league. It's getting people's adrenaline going. It's exciting. I love the excitement factor in this league. It's brilliant.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Sam. So lights are out on the pace car. Chris Farmer going to bring him back to green. Gary Bauer sitting shotgun on the field currently. David Llewellyn sits in third. Tyler Graff fourth. Ray Zerkett fourth. Tyler Graff fifth. Ray kind of hanging back there, not sure what the heck's going on. Now he tightens it back up.
Jay McClendon in the 6th?
That is Jay McClendon in 6th.
As you were saying about Greg Napier earlier, where the hell did Jay come from?
Jay's another one of those ninja drivers, as I like to call him. That you look around and go, where the hell did he just come from? I haven't seen him all day. Speaking of Greg Napier's in 8th.
Yeah.
And the pace car is in. And Chris Farmer just pulls the trigger on the AR15.com
Green
car.
flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. Gary Bauer's coming with him. David Llewellyn getting a good restart.
Ray Zerka opted for that outside line already. I don't know if that's going to work for him. Ducks back in after realising that he's not going to get any help anytime soon.
Tyler Graff getting a hellacious start. Just already back to 5th. Getting ready to lose 6th to Jay McClendon. And Farmer's ping is off the charts right now as he leads this pack. Not what the Bauer and Llewellyn want to see, with him just getting the death wiggle all the way around the track.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's why they opted for the outside line, and they want to get around him as quickly as possible, because that wiggle is not going to do Chris any favours. And I'm assuming Gary and David and now Ray Zerkett just want to get around that as quickly as possible and be away and just avoid it altogether.
Absolutely.
Graff's starting to get his act back together now, and he's joined the outside line with the top 3. Duck back in again.
And Bauer leads it at the line. Wow. 0.002.
That is as close as it's ever going to get, people. Unless you get a 0001, then that's even closer, but you know.
Well, we've had that a couple of times. That's the way it finished at Atlanta between Parkman and Anderson.
And the lead guys are cool. Oh!
Whoa! Gary just got pushed the wrong place at the right time.
I think he saved it, though.
Judging from the speed, he was able to save it. But he is hung out to dry right now.
Yeah, he's got Cartman making a 3 wide going through that turn now.
I'm thinking maybe Gary may have brushed the wall because he's not fully up to speed yet.
Yeah, he's saying he has damage. He's gonna have to pit to fix it.
That's what happens when Jiminy Christmas. Farmer's flirting with disaster.
Look at Parkman on the outside, he's making that push.
I'm more interested in what's going on right now up front, because Chris Farmer just almost took out David Llewellyn.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be a very happy time in David Llewellyn's cockpit if that happened, because he would have made that a huge push back to the front for nothing if he was to be wrecked out right now. Same with Chris Parkman, he's managed to push his way back up to 4th place, which is amazing. Now he's giving David Llewellyn the push he needs to get back up to the front spot.
So far, so good. I'm thinking if I was Ray Zerkett, I'd be sweating bullets right now.
Yeah, because we've got Tyler Graff opted for the outside line now and going for that higher position.
Well, the biggest thing is you got Chris Farmer, who the car is porpoising badly due to ping rate. You got David Llewellyn on your outside, Chris Farmer on your, Chris Parkman on your outside, and David Llewellyn leading that lap. 0.005, the difference at the line.
Further on back, I don't know if you're watching it, Tony, but I'm seeing Cody Eldred and David Bright pushing their way back up to that lead pack. They are absolutely working together. They're just working their way around Gary Bauer now.
Not really shocking with those two teaming up. They worked real well together last season, but the battle up front right now, I just can't take my eyes off it, Sam.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting reports. I guess he's got the death wiggle, Christopher Farmer.
Oh yeah, just
But his
watch the
pace
stream.
is
You can
low.
watch it.
Matt Belton's ping is currently at 300. He's got the highest ping so far.
Well, he's also on another continent, so we're kind of giving him some slack on that. And it's tomorrow where he is already.
Yeah, I've been watching him. He's the one that has the death wiggle.
Who?
Matthew. But he hasn't disappeared. It's just the wiggle around the track.
Well, Farmer's porpoising bad. It looks like a motocross bike going over whoops. And David Llewellyn back to the point on that one. 0.000.
No, it's Jay McClendon's been pushed back behind Jay Anderson and Greg Napier. I don't know if he made a mistake there or if Greg and Jay have actually worked together to get around him.
Jay McClendon?
Oh, sorry, Tyler Graff, my mistake.
I was going to say, Jay McClendon's currently sitting fourth.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, Tyler Graff being pushed back down there though. By,
Yeah, it's like it's like he's having steering issues. He keeps going below the yellow line and he can't hold the line.
Well, part of it might be whatever he took for his cold. And Llewellyn hangs Parkman out to dry.
Thing about Parkman is though, he's still got Jay McClendon behind him, so he's still got that push going. Not as big as before.
And if I was David Llewellyn, I'd be sweating bullets right now. Especially considering how death wiggle that car behind me is.
Jay Anderson and Greg Napier crashing on the inside there.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Huge wreck between the two.
Well, let's see what happened here. We got Greg on the inside. Greg looked like he went to go just suck in behind Jay and just mistimed the distance.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. That also proves that that's how lethal that side draft is. If you try and suck in like that, you're going to get pulled right in very quickly, and as we've just seen, it's going to.
So you got Anderson on the outside, and there's Napier there. It just. Yep, Greg went to go suck in behind Jay and just mistimed the distance and misjudged it, and there go two perfectly good race cars.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Greg, he had to tow it. I don't know if Jay had to tow it as well.
Right.
So,
looks like
go
Jay is going to have to tow it. So our leaders are going to be taking.
He actually made it into pits.
Okay. So our leaders are taking tires and fuel this time. Looks like Forrest Sparks, the only one electing to stay out. The Digital Doctor Pepsi Lamborghini powered Indy car.
And Greg did claim the caution.
Well, you know, I gotta give the youngsters some credit on that. You know, being able to do that.
Because Jay had to go into pit road, who gets the lucky dog now? Because he's the first car on the lap down.
Would be Terry Adams.
Okay.
Because Jay was on the lead lap. He lost the lap in the pits getting the repairs.
Yeah.
So it looks like Terry Adams going to get the Lucky Pooch Award there.
It's good to see Johnny Antonucci back out there despite being so many laps down. He's determined to get that finish tonight.
If I had to venture a guess, I'm going to say it was the storm that screwed Johnny tonight. From where he is, they're getting hit pretty good with some torrential rains. So I'm thinking that they may have screwed up his ISP for a little bit there.
Well, at least he isn't going to be marked down as a DNF now. That's going to be a good thing because he's been...
I'm thinking Terry might just screw himself right here out of the lucky dog if he pits.
Yeah, that lucky dog will go to
Nobody.
David Free, I think. Nobody, okay.
Maybe Isaiah.
Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but do you see who's in 10th place?
I haven't looked yet.
David Wright.
Black flagged, started 22nd, and up to 10th. I knew he'd get up there.
Yeah, I was noticing on that last green flag run that David and Cody were actually working together trying to get themselves back up there. So, as Tony said, there's no surprise that they're back up there now.
So, let me give you a little rundown of your top 10. Gary Bauer, Chris Parkman, David Llewellyn, Ray Zirkett, Jay McClendon, Chris Farmer, Rich Sutta, David Wright, Matt Belton, Alex Green. Does anybody remember back to the beginning of the race?
It's almost exactly the same starting positions as before.
There's only 3 people that did not start in the top 10 that are currently in the top 10.
Yeah. Matt Belton being one of those.
Currently, your big mover is Richard Sutta.
Okay.
Started 19th, currently running in 7th.
Yeah, Jay McClendon making his way up from 14th as well. Alex Green making his way up from 16th to 10th. But at the moment, the hard target will be going to, Richard Sutta. Fair play to the guy. No, yeah, bright yellow car.
Oh, that's right, Sam. You're from the across the pond. You guys don't have Bojangles over there, do you?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Well,
No,
I have
you-
Bojangles, not you.
No. I said Sam's
okay.
across the pond.
Oh,
Bojangles is like a regional. Think of it like KFC, only
Yeah.
better food. And that's not a
Restaurants
slam.
are
That's
food
not a
poisoning.
slam against KFC. So anybody that's a KFC fan out there, get your hate mail coming. I don't care anymore. But no, Bojangles.
Popeyes.
I'm not a big fan of Popeyes. Bojangles mashed potatoes though are awesome.
Yeah.
Popeyes, their spices don't agree with me.
We don't get Popeyes over here, so it's okay. I don't even know why I said Popeyes. Their food just looks more appealing to me.
Matter of fact, if I really wanted to do fried chicken, I'd go to the Dinosaur Barbecue, considering I'm in Syracuse, New York.
What about Chick-fil-A?
We don't have Chick-fil-A. I don't want Chick-fil-A, and the owner of Chick-fil-A can put certain parts of my anatomy in his mouth.
Bad comment. Right,
I'm not a fan of homophobes.
Oh, okay. Those. Okay. Anyway, back to the race.
So,
And the
lights are out on the pace car, or Gary Bauer going to be bringing them back to green here. Chris the Punisher Parkman starting outside. He's got Ray Zirkett on his backside. Gary's got David Llewellyn trailing him, and Jay McClendon. And Gary, not wasting any time, just drops the hammer.
Green flag, green flag.
Chris Farmer didn't go on that restart. He almost held up David Wright, and now he's just cut across the nose of Richard Sutter. Yeah, Gary Bauer got one hell of a jump on Chris Parkman there, which is shocking considering Chris Parkman is a fast starter himself.
Parkman, I dare say, is going to reel him in relatively quickly here, especially with Llewellyn in tow. Bauer, Parkman, Llewellyn, Zirkett, McClendon, Farmer, Wright, Suddeth, and Green, your top 10. Sorry, Cody Eldred rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, that's someone dropping back down the field like a stone. That's Matt Belton. He's dropping down like a stone for some reason. Was comfortably in front of Cody Eldred. Now he's under pressure from Tyler Graff, which is unusual for Matt Belton from what we've seen of him so far.
Well, up in front right now, the usual suspects are starting to really put some distance between themselves and Ray Zirkett. Almost half a second separate Bauer, Parkman, and Llewellyn right now from the fourth place of Zirkett.
Now, have you guys noticed who's in the top 10?
Yeah, defending series champion Cody Eldred.
And a 30, Alex Green.
Yeah, that new paint scheme's certainly paying off for him in this race.
Yeah, if we just knew what the hell it was all about. If anybody's watching in the stream and you know what Alex's paint scheme is all about, because he was talking to me before we went on the air about all eyes, extra eyes, about his paint scheme. So if you know why, welcome if you're because of that. If you could explain it to us, though, be much appreciative.
And go back to Richard Sutter's Bojangle scheme. You were talking about making Chris Farmer's paint scheme earlier. I actually made Richard Sutter's paint scheme, not knowing what Bojangles is about. So I'm glad you kind of explained that to me just now. So
think of it as a real life version of Clyde Torkel's chicken pit.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I've been making. I've started throwing my hat into the ring with making paint schemes for people. But that was under your tutelage as well, though, Tony. So I do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Well, with the template on this car and the template on the DW12, it's all knowing which sections of that template you need to invert and rotate.
Oh yeah, I've been learning as well. I've been getting tips off a YouTuber known as Nukaratsky. I don't know if you've heard of him, Tony, but he's put 2 videos up on YouTube explaining how to make paint schemes on GIMP, which is what we use. And he's very precise and in-depth with what he does, and that's another thing that taught me how to make paint schemes. So big shout out to Nukaratsky if you're watching my friend.
Well, Sam, if and he is still on the track, so if you want to go ahead and take a look at KP's paint scheme, I can tell you how I did that after the race.
That be the purple paint scheme that you?
There's purple lace and green metal flake in it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a very impressive paint scheme.
I can explain to you how I did it after the race if you want.
Okay.
So back up front, Gary Bauer, Chris Parkman, David Llewellyn still showing the way. Ray Zirkett and company have started to catch him, though.
Everybody's showing great patience so far, which is impressive.
Well, they know that they've got to stop at least one more time. I'm thinking right around lap 85. is when we're going to see the money stops come out, provided we don't get a caution, somewhere around there.
Yeah, well, judging by the way everyone's spread out, I can't see one coming very soon. So, but then again, this is Talladega. Anything can happen here.
Well, with the way that front pack's starting to get a little chippy there, I'm thinking just about anything's possible.
I'm noticing David Wright and Alex Green opting for that outside line, trying to push their way forward. Don't know if it's going to work with only the two of them.
Well, from what I heard through the grapevine, David Wright, Alex Green, and the number 1 Cody Eldridge have a secret alliance in trying to get one of them to the finish line first. Also, I wanted to shout out there that you notice Alex is not running the Home Depot. He's got a sponsor for tonight's race.
Well, that's what we were trying to figure out, what the hell's on the car, because whoever painted the car needs their head examined, because you can't see what the sponsor is.
Mr. Keemon on the live stream chat is actually saying that his paint job is of the Army 3rd Infantry Division, and apparently the 3rd Infantry Division patch is on the side.
Okay, I can respect that then. Much respect to the Army 3rd Infantry. Without the men and women of the armed services, we couldn't do what we do. So thank you all for doing what you do.
Precisely. Yes, everyone's still showing a great deal of patience at this juncture, but this is far from over. We've still got plenty of laps to go. Even though there's only 12 laps to go, but we've still got plenty of racing left to do. And like you said, Tony, there's more pit stops to come, so we'll see how that shapes out.
Well, we're still waiting on the money stop. We know that they can do roughly 18 laps under green flag conditions. They are currently at that point right now.
Yeah, I'm just listening to the radio, waiting for the call.
And here's a fun little fact. Less than half of a second separate the top 9 drivers.
Yeah, and the call's just been made, Tony. Gary Bauer is pitting in this lap.
707 pitting in. 59 pitting in.
I was going to say, he's pitting kind of late if he's going to do it. There he goes. Should see a puff of smoke anytime now. There it is. Just barely getting it down there.
6 guys staying out for an extra lap, see if their gamble pays off.
Well, if they all pit together, they should be fine. It's the people that decide to try to go it alone and don't have help that are basically going to get screwed. And Chris Farmer with a 6.4, Gary Bauer with a 6.7 stop. It's going to let Farmer get back.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, Tony.
I think 707 is going to have a black flag because he went into the grass around the cone and then entered pits. Unsafe pit entry.
I hate to say it, but Chris Parkman made a really late call for the pit road again. He didn't make the call until turn 3. Which is a bit naughty of Christopher Parkman there.
Well, luckily there's no harm, no foul. And there's Justin Estes with him.
Cody Elder dropping down to pit road as well now. The lead pack still staying out. It's like the two Davids making a gamble there with Alex Green and Ray Zerkert right behind each of them.
The question is, who's going to blink first?
Well, if I'm correct in saying this, I think David Wright is actually on a different pit strategy due to.
Nope.
You on the same strategy? Okay.
17 laps on the current stint for your top 5, top 10 actually.
Still no call from the pits from these guys, so
Well, that was lap 18. They could probably stretch it to lap. That was lap 18 on this stint as they catch the guys that are coming out of the pits and let the games begin. There's Forrest Sparks. There's Cody Eldred.
they're catching up on lap traffic as well, so that should make things interesting.
Those are the guys that just pitted. These guys have got to be getting close on fuel.
Telegraph just making the call for pit road. David Wright making the call for pit road. Alex Green making the call for pit road. So they're all coming in now. They're all making their move. David Llewellyn now making his move. Matt Belton making his move. Not heard a call from Ray Zirkett yet though. Jay Anderson now calling for the pit road.
Looks like Zirkett's going to gamble. Zirkett's going to stay out.
Ooh, and David Wright made it in way before David Llewellyn.
Well, he charged the cone. I'm now seeing why David got ran over on that last time he did a green flag stop, because he's not as confident going into his pits as these other guys are.
Kevin Paskowitz making the call for pit road now. Now Ray Zirkett pulling down for pit road. This could make things interesting. Now let's see if that gamble has actually paid off.
I don't think it's going to, because he's going to be by himself. David Wright wins the race off pit road. Alex Green almost takes out David Llewellyn and then loops it himself, and we've got
All right,
holy
man, caution
shit.
is out. Caution is out.
That might have worked in Ray Zirkett's favour.
Parkman just had that transmission tunnel glitch happen. That didn't work out in Ray Zirkett's favor. That worked out all in David Wright's favor. David Wright, your new leader.
That's the race.
No, it's not. We're on lap 91 of 100.
Oh. It's been bumped up because I thought with the pre-race report, I thought it was 94 laps.
We're going green, white, checkered, son. David Wright showing the way. Chris Farmer sits second. Gary Bauer currently sits third. Kevin Paskowitz is in fourth place.
For some reason, Ray Zirkett is now back on pit road. He spun it coming off pit road.
No, he binned it. There's a difference.
Yeah. Made that age-old mistake of actually pulling the trigger and instead of actually squeezing the trigger. That was
So from what I looked at was that the car in front of 20 checked up because the 99 was avoiding a wreck, and he just spun.
The 20 had the transmission tunnel glitch that we get at the high bank tracks.
A couple of retirements to report. Ray Zirkett has received throughput fell to an acceptable level. He is now retired. And Gregory Napier has now put it behind the wall, so he is retired as well. So fortunate for those guys, and hopefully they can pick it up when we come back here on Sunday.
Yeah, tough break for those guys. I don't really know what to say other than look who's leading the race. You know, we kind of alluded to it and talked about it with him on Sunday night's broadcast. You know, when he had that just heartbreak at Watkins Glen, ran
User
out of
left your
gas.
channel.
Yeah.
Well, methanol in this case. But, you know, definitely bouncing back with that Triad Computer Works number 42 tonight. Got caught with a pit road penalty. I believe he hit the commitment cone. Had to serve an EOL because there was an accident that was charged to him.
Yeah.
Went a lap down early and is now leading the race.
And Michael Baker, I'm going to blame him for bringing out the caution because he said there better not be a caution, and then of course as soon as he said that, he's on the live stream chat, and he said, "Oh my goodness me, there better not be a caution," and then almost as soon as he said it, the caution came out. So
Thanks, Mike.
Michael Baker. Michael Baker asks, "Was there anyone left out that hadn't
User joined your
pitted?"
channel.
No, everyone has had a pit stop there, Michael. Ray Zerkett was actually the last car to make his pit stop, but unfortunately his connection dropped, so he had to retire soon afterwards. So yeah, everyone's made a pit stop, everyone's on fresh tyres and fuel, so be an interesting run to the end, don't you think, Tony?
Absolutely, and if you take a look at who's in front of David Wright right now, who is our leader, you will see the number 21 car of Bill Roberts, who happens to own RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League. Also, your Midwest home for IT temp to hire positions. Just go to RobertsTechJobs.com and let them know the ISL sent you. Also, proud sponsor of the RobertsTechJobs.com Triple Crown Challenge, which consists of the first race at Watkins Glen, which we just had, the first race at Indy this season, which we're going to be having in a couple of weeks, and the regular season finale at Dover. Any driver that can win all three of those races in the same season in the same car will receive a cash prize and a lovely trophy. So, that being said, Quentin Young qualified in the IR05. So Quentin Young now has the target on his back when we go to Indy. Isaiah Dupree won in the DW12s, if I'm not mistaken, Sam.
He did, yeah.
So Isaiah Dupree has the target on his back in the DW12s. So Indy is going to be quite an interesting affair, as we have the lights are back out on the pace car.
Point something out to you there, Tony.
Don't say it. I will. Don't say it. I know what you're about to say. Don't say it.
I'll say it for you.
Don't you say it either. We'll congratulate him after the race. Just don't say it right now.
Okay.
Anyways, we're going to have 6 laps to go when we go back to green. David Wright's going to show the way. Chris Farmer, Gary Bauer, Kevin Paskowicz, Justin Estes, Tyler Graff, John Napier, Jay McClendon, Richard Suddeth, and Forrest Sparks rounding out your top 10. Six laps to go, and it's still anybody's race. I'll tell you right now, if anybody's got any nails left on their fingers after this, you're a better person than I am. This is definitely a nail biter.
Yeah, they're having trouble in the front of the field tightening it up there. John Napier's failing to stick alongside there with that next to him.
Well, John's trying to give room. Trying to take it easy, making sure that he doesn't kill anybody. Pace car is in. Right, not picking up the pace. There he goes. Squeezes the trigger like you said.
Green
Who's
flag,
checking for the
green flag.
midfield though?
We stay green. Right, Farmer, Bauer, Estes, Paskowicz, Graff, Napier, Suddeth, Sparks, McClendon, your top 10. And Chris Farmer eats the outside wall, keeps it pinned up there. Hopefully we stay green.
And we do.
So far, so good. Bauer's got Estes in tow.
David Wright's starting to be caught now. He's going to have a nice big train of cars right behind him.
The question is, can they do anything once they get to him? Bauer goes up. Estes goes up. Oh, this is when it gets exciting. Bauer and Estes trying to make the outside line work. Paskowicz going with them. Graf on the inside. That's your top 5 right there. And
he's pushing down.
And they have put 2 car lengths on John Napier.
I'm white knuckling it, holding my wheel with these leaders.
So am I. As effed up as that sounds, I'm sitting here knowing I'm not in the race, but I'm white knuckled. Wright, Bauer, Graf, Estes, Paskowicz, Napier, Sudduth, Sparks, McClendon, and Belton, your top 10.
This is tight. This is really tight up at the front, and it could go to any one of these guys. Can David Wright hold on and get that win he's been so desperate for so long?
I believe his last win came at Talladega last season.
This would be a sweet victory for him if he can get it today.
Oh my God.
And we are 3 to go. 3 to go that time across the stripe. Your leader continues to be David Wright.
Richard Sudduth bringing himself into the conversation as well. So now there's 7 cars in the conversation for that win. Forrest Sparks and Jay McClendon holding back at the moment. Matt Belton, Chris Partman, Alex Green and Cody Eldred in the next few cars back.
Tyler Graf pushing the daylights out of David right now. 0.031 at the stripe. David Wright continues to show the way over Gary Bauer.
Now, if you noticed, if you look at David Wright, how he's running, every time he goes in a turn, he's drifting up a little, and that makes the top line slow down. Now, in the 10 tops, that's the way you slow the top line down. I don't know how good it's going to work here with the open wheel.
So far.
It seems to be working because what he's doing is he's not letting them cheat to that line. 0.02 at the stripe that time.
White flag is out. This is the do or die moment now.
Bring me the trophy or bring me the steering wheel. One of the two is going to happen.
Gary Bauer's just taken it. He's got a nose in front. This is going to be really close at the end. David Wright has got a nose in front.
Oh, and they touched.
They touched. Bauer had the lift. That's going to kill all his momentum. Here we go. Unless Tyler Graf does something stupid. It's David Wright at the line.
And that's it. David Wright gets the win. Fantastic job.
And the motor hand grenades. David Wright, Tyler Graf, Gary Bauer, Justin Estes, John Napier, Kevin Paskowicz able to hold on for 6. That's his first top 10 in the league, I believe. In a long time, anyways.
Richard Sutter 2nd, Forrest Sparks 8th, Jay McClendon claiming 9th, and Matty Belton beating the series leader, Chris Partman, into the top 10, which is impressive to say the least.
Well, let's see who we've got up there. Let's,
Tony, as soon as he crossed the line, David Wright's engine blew.
I saw that. So let's bring David down and we will.
I'll get him for you.
I got him.
User was moved to your channel.
David Wright, Tony up in the booth. How are you doing, sir?
Shaking at the moment. I was fighting off a hard-charging Gary Bauer.
Yes, you were, and I'd like you to know that the three of us up in the booth, we're all sitting at our wheels. We're white-knuckled with you, bud.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, this one reminds me a little bit of a one of the NASCAR Winston one year where Darrell Waltrip blew his motor right when he crossed the line, because that's exactly what I did. As soon as I crossed the line, this motor blew.
Absolutely. Sam, if you want to go ahead and take a screen cap off of TV camera 1, that would be awesome, sir.
I will indeed.
Yeah,
But
I don't know how an engine blows in one of these. But
there's about 6 different ways, but David, talk us through it. You had the commitment cone penalty, the EOL for the incident with Jay Anderson. You were a lap down at one point, and here you are.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I got a lap down. I got the EOL for the incident where we in the turn, put me at the back, and pit strategy, good pit stops. Got to thank the team, the pit crew, did a good job. Got me out of the pits, worked my way back up, and in some ways it's luck because the caution fell at the right time and it put me in the first spot, with the start. And on these cars, on this track, it's really hard to pass on the outside.
Now, David, what did I tell you earlier? Can you please say it on the stream?
What, that I'd be back up?
Yep.
I didn't expect to, not like this. According to my things, I had a clean race. I know we had contact at some point in that, but it didn't give me no X's. I'm showing a 0X, no fast repairs. I got to thank my sponsor, Triad Computer Works, Joey Manus. I don't know if he's listening now, but thank him. Got to thank RobertsTechJobs.com for sponsoring the series. And again, thank y'all in the booth. This one means something, right? That was a hard fought one there at the end.
Well, for what it's worth, when we were getting ready to go back green, when you took the lead with 10 to go, we did give a shout out to your sponsor. It is on the stream. I will give you the link to the stream in the post-race meeting. Congratulations, David. Well-earned victory, hard-fought victory. Just congratulations, sir.
10-4, thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Now, David, isn't this like a sweet, bitter victory after what happened at the Glen, running out of fuel?
I don't win a lot of these. I know I race decent. I usually finish top, but I don't win a lot. So I ain't gonna lie. It's still like winning for the first time. We're sitting here in front of, and I'm shaking. It's pretty special to get a win. So it is. I had a good run Sunday and ran out of fuel. And on this one, I had 0.6 left. If I'd had that 0.6 on Sunday, I would have could have won it. But I did. I only put enough fuel in it. And then that last caution, I was burning fuel like crazy because I knew Gary was going to be tough on that outside. I didn't give him no room either. I know that.
Well, you ran a hell of a finishing segment to the race, David.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, David, amazing finish, dude. You fought back from having having that EOL. You managed to fight your way back to the front, and that was just an amazing battle at the end. I was literally biting my nails in those last couple of laps. Well done, dude. You did really well.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Gary kept saying I was coming above the white line. I know I was crowding it. I was crowding it intentionally. I wasn't trying to go over it to bump him, but I wasn't going to let him pinch me. I was going to pinch him, keep him high. I was racing, not aggressive, but I was trying to make sure that I maintained the bottom and kept him to the high side. So I wasn't trying to wreck him, but I was fighting hard.
That was something we saw too, and it looked clean every lap to us.
Again, I was trying real hard to be clean. Like I said, I got 0 X's on this race. I'm always proud of that. I do try to race clean, but when you're going for the win, I was pushing it to the edge. I know that.
One thing that Gary needs to remember, I know he was saying that you were pushing above the white line, but it was the last 5 laps to go. He needs to remember that in those last 5 laps, it's checkers or wreckers. So, he needs to remember that.
Yeah, either bring me back the trophy or bring me back the steering wheel, one of the two.
It was intense, and Gary knows how to run these tracks. That's why he was on the pole. That's probably why he led the most laps. So he's a tough competitor, and I hope he didn't take offense. But I was running a slightly aggressive line, trying to keep him high because I knew he was fast out there.
Well, David, the Dominator, Wright, thank you for joining us. We'll let you get back to celebrating with your team, and we'll see you in the post-race interviews or post-race drivers meeting.
User was moved out of your channel.
We got
So
Tyler Graff now.
I'm trying to get Mr. Graff as we speak.
You want Gary or?
User was moved
Tyler
to your channel.
Graff.
Hey.
Dude. You walk us through the finishing segment there, man.
The two guys up front, they were pinching each other so much. I was honestly just waiting for them to wreck each other. I just kept it right on the yellow line. I was waiting for them to take each other out.
Well, you showed some reserve confidence there. Congratulations for not taking anybody out yourself. Coming home in second place like that, good job, sir.
Thank you.
Steal it from Gary Bauer there at the end. Did you think you were going to get it up to second at that point? Because Gary and David, they were going tooth and nail at the end there.
I was honestly just hoping for third. At that point, David had been leaving a little bit open, exiting the trial, so I decided to kind of try to squeak in there. But
probably not the best course of action at 240 miles an hour.
No, but when you're coming out of the trial to the start-finish line on the last lap.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the only time I've ever do it. I'm just happy I finished the damn race. I've been sick as a dog since last Thursday and was so dizzy I fell down the stairs a couple days ago, and I was just hoping I could sit up and hold the wheel today.
If I can offer a suggestion to you, and it's what helped me when I had the same thing you're probably going through right now, there's a stuff called Emergen C. It's a powdered vitamin C booster.
That stuff works good.
Interesting.
I mix mine with some hot tea. If you're into the whole hot tea thing, if you're not, try it with some orange juice.
Yeah, for sure. And we also got a little bit of information out of this broadcast today too, I guess. So.
Well, Tyler, don't do like me. Tony told me about it, and I put it with vodka. It just didn't work out that well.
I told you not to do it with vodka. Smart ass. But Tyler, congratulations on second place. We'll let you get back to your team and trying to get a little bit better there. So thanks for joining us, and congratulations, bud.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, so there's Tyler.
User was moved to
It's
your
over,
channel.
guys. Good race.
Oh, Gary, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Gary, oh my God. That was probably one of the most intense final 5 laps I can recall ever seeing in this league. Thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I got a lot of help there from Christopher, and I screwed him up. We had a miscommunication after we shouldn't have had you move him down. We wouldn't have done that, but we were gonna let David get out to a lead there and then get hooked up and then go blowing by him, but it didn't work out. I ended up putting Christopher in the wall. Well, he said he's coming down. I said I was going up, and we met in the middle there.
Oh, we were wondering what happened because the camera decided to change views. I heard a crunch and then screech, and next thing you know, Chris is going for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Like, wow, what happened there? So, but yeah, I mean, hell of a finish. You're able to hang on for third. Seriously, one of the best finishes I can remember seeing in this league in a long time.
Yeah, it was fun. I just, I just told David, it's okay. I don't know if he was coming up or I was coming down, but the people that were watching the replay or behind us there kept saying he came up right across the line to hit me. And then on that last turn, I told him, coming to the checkered, I probably would have done the same thing. I mean, he come up and hit me pretty good on that one.
Well, with the 5 laps to go, he did admit that he was pushing up a little, which in the 10 tops you do it a lot to slow down the momentum of the outside line. So,
Yeah, it's over. I mean, I just told the guys in there that they're talking about animosity and stuff. I said, it's over. I'm over it. It's done. It was a good race. I had fun. Congrats to David for winning. Who ran second?
Tyler Graff ended up second.
Yeah, you ran a good race tonight. I got to say hi to Betty Lou back in Minnesota. She's watching the race again. So,
well, Miss Betty, welcome, and hopefully you got your money's worth watching the race here. But yeah, Gary, thank you for being a part of that finish. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you. It was fun.
So now you get to.
User joined your channel.
Well, Gary, that was an awesome race. We were white knuckling. We even told David, where none of us are driving, and when we're white knuckling it, it's a damn good race.
Well, thanks. That was fun. And if you guys talk to David before I do again, I told him up there it was over, and everybody else. I don't hold grudges. I don't get even. I don't get mad. It's part of the
it's all
race.
good. It's all good. He even said that himself. But definitely one of the best finishes I can remember seeing in this league. Somebody's always got to come out on the short end of the stick. Unfortunately, you didn't get the win tonight, but if I'm not mistaken, we're going to one of your better tracks next week.
Where's that?
Indy.
Oh, yeah, I like Indy. I like that track.
So you get to put the now remember, you got the target on Quentin Young's back because he won Watkins Glen, so you could play spoiler at Indy.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Where's the other one after Indy?
The third jewel in Triple Crown is the regular season finale at Dover.
Oh. Yeah, Quentin does really well in the road races. He doesn't seem to do really well in the mile and a half or 2 miles. But hell, I mean, I know he's a good driver. I know he can do anything at those tracks that any of us can do.
If you just allow me to make a correction there, Tony, next week's race is actually at Kansas.
Okay, even better, because I know you were one of the people that came up with the setup that we had for Kansas, Gary, and that's a hell of a setup. So looking forward to
Kansas.
Looking forward to seeing what you can do there. So thank you for the correction, Sam. So we're at Kansas next week, starting of the Midwest swing. The last time I remember we had a recruitment race at Kansas. If memory serves correctly, you ate all our lunch there.
Well, I didn't win, but I did. I think I did lead the most laps. One of those.
Yeah, you led 45 of 50.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During that recruitment race.
A pit stop queue there, miscue.
Yeah, and they gave you an EOL. That was the only reason why you didn't lead all 50 laps.
That's right. We had that bogus EOL that they gave us because David and I entered pit road leading, and it put us to the back of the field.
Yep. So, all right. So we'll let you get back up topside. Thanks for joining us, and Gary, seriously, led the most laps tonight. Took the pole. Almost sealed the deal. Hell of a run, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you to all of you.
Congratulations,
Tony.
Gary.
Thank you, Sam, Tony, and Mark.
Oh my God! Really? That's just wrong.
I couldn't remember who the other one was because I saw 4 names in here, and I got confused looking at my own name. But thanks, guys. You do a good job. Thank you very much, and we'll see you.
All right. Yeah, we'll see you Sunday night. The broadcast is going to start at about 8:20 Eastern Time.
10-4. Thanks.
So,
User was moved out of your
Gary Bauer joining us there.
We get Justin Estes next.
Justin
He's,
is not in TeamSpeak.
Okay, John Napier, because he was the last one in top 5.
Nope.
Wow. KP?
Nope. Not sure where KP went, other than maybe to go kiss his wife, because I had a conversation with KP earlier today that he was swapping out his Ethernet cable. The thing had about 5 years on it, and I told him about the trouble I had towards the middle of last season, and got it straightened out when I bought a new Cat 6, and he went out and he bought a new Cat 6, and I'm thinking that helped him tonight, being able to pull in a top 10.
How about pulling down Alex Green so he can explain his sponsor?
Yes, if Alex is up there, definitely I want to talk to Alex Green.
User was moved to your channel.
Alex Green, Tony in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Could you please go into some detail as to what was on your car tonight? Because whoever painted it didn't make it clearly marked as to who was sponsoring you, sir.
Well, that was actually the third ID, which is a MILSIM unit running for ARMA 3, which I'm a part of. I'm actually the systems administrator for them on top of running this league. So they're ARMA 3 MILSIM unit based on the real actual third ID, which is one of the most decorated units in the history of the U.S. Army.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So you had a pretty good run going. You were in the top 10 most of the night. We were all up here impressed with that, I got to say.
Yeah, just disappointed myself. I told him on the restart before the last one, I actually had messaged Cody and I messaged David Wright. I was like, hey, me and Cody are going to push you and then we'll settle this between us. That restart, Cody kind of got pushed to the back. Matt Belton was nice enough to let me in, and I pushed David, got on his fuel strategy. And he was really clear, start working the way to the bottom.
And then you hit that dreaded bump in turn 2 coming out of the pits.
Yeah, and I've already talked to David Llewellyn. He's obviously understandably upset with me. And he has every right to be. I'm more angry at myself to wrecking him than I am for wrecking somebody else. Just seems like I'll get in these big name situations and I'll end up I'll end up screwing somebody else over. But I'm glad David got him one. I'll take 13th. I thought we were better than that, and I think we ran up better the rest of the race. So.
Yeah, it was so hard to find you because I'm so used to the Home Depot car. And I was like, where's Alex? And then I noticed it was a different paint scheme.
Yeah, Tyler Graff has already started a petition telling me I'm not allowed to run any car that's not orange and black or orange and white.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just if you're going to run a car, we need to be able to read what the fuck the sponsor is.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable when it's when it's just a logo like that. I should have
That's fine.
It out a little bit more.
You're not allowed to paint your own stuff anymore. Period.
That's fine. Oh, that's perfectly acceptable. I don't even know if I'm getting back on the track at this point. And I'm be honest, I'm just kind of tired of messing up everybody else's races.
Well, you're always welcome up here in the booth. You're definitely welcome up here in the booth, Alex. It was a pretty good run, except for that last set of caution, or the last pit stop deal that brought out that last caution. You were running fine, sir. It is what it is. The brakes were getting the boys tonight, and there's always the next one.
Yeah. I mean, Talladega is one of those tracks. It's just so unforgiving. I told my spotter, Daniel Hardy, before the race that we needed to be near perfect tonight, and that we couldn't. If we had one screw up, we were going to be in some trouble. It's extremely hard to pass on that outside, and nobody really wanted to give you the inside, so we tried to stay patient the whole way. And I let the whole team down. I ruined David Llewellyn. It's just disappointing overall.
Well, Alex, just so you know, I know Sam and Tony will agree with me. You have improved a lot from when you first started the season out, where you were like nervous to run. you got more confidence and you're actually in the top 10 most of the time. I mean, you finished 13th. That's still an achievement, from where you were beginning.
Yeah, the finishes
Yeah.
will come.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that day. Talladega was one of those tracks. I believe you guys said it during qualifying that it's one of those tracks I see myself being really good at. And the three tracks I thought I had a chance at were really four. I thought I had a chance at Daytona. Thought I had a chance at Michigan. Michigan and didn't pan out in the IR05. Thought I had a chance at Talladega. That didn't work out. Next
No,
track.
Kansas is going to be your track, sir. Kansas is your track.
I'm hoping. I've never ran Kansas in anything that doesn't have a splitter on it, so that'll be interesting. But next week is next week. I'm looking forward to getting out tomorrow, running the Daytona 500 with the guys, and getting another chance at this in the DW12s.
All right.
I'm gonna miss it.
So, for Alex Green, our league owner, for Mr. Mark Vega, the boss of race control, and for Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me in the booth tonight. Thank you for joining us for the broadcast. Everyone at home, thank you for sticking with us here. Our next broadcast will be Sunday evening, starting roughly 8:20 Eastern Time. We'll go live at that point. We will have the DW12s back here at Talladega.
Have a good one.
Later.